did.
Oh yeah.
That's awkward. That's awkward.
Alright, so today I want to tell you guys about how, sort of a bit about Kelsey and I's relationship. A little bit about some things we've done together, some adventures we've been on, and okay, so a lot of you guys know that I am not from Texas, and Kelsey and I met in Oklahoma at a camp last year. So this summer when I was figuring out what to do, I was getting my hair done, and all of a sudden I get this phone call from Kelsey, and I'm like, what the heck, I haven't talked to you forever. How are you? And she's like, I'm great, I miss you, and you need to come to Texas. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And she's like, no, you gotta come work at this camp. And I was like, okay. And so I applied, got the job, and then I drove down to Oklahoma. She came and picked me up, and then I went to her house. And that was my first time in Texas. And so she's like, okay, Holland, you gotta see what Texas cornfields are like. And so we went on a drive, and we stopped by some cornfields, and these were some of the craziest cornfields you'd ever seen. They were 10 feet tall, and there were these huge stalks of corn on them, and I was like, wow, I guess everything is bigger in Texas. She's like, okay, so Kelsey and I, we love taking pictures. And so she's like, Holland, we gotta take pictures right now. And hey, chill out. Yeah. And so we went out in the cornfields, and then she's like, no, we gotta get deeper in the cornfields. And so we start trekking through these cornfields, and okay, these are 10 feet tall, and they're right next to each other. It's like going through these huge. I got stuff all over me, and by the time we got to where we wanted to take our pictures, we were completely covered in dirt and dust, and everything was disgusting. And I was shaking everything out of my hair, and she was pulling twigs out of my hair, and I was pulling twigs out of her hair, and then finally we get to this spot, and it's in the middle of the cornfield. And you guys ever heard about aliens and all that, and how they make these crop circles? We saw some of those, and we were freaked out. By this time, the sun was setting, because you don't want to take pictures when it's like 12 in the afternoon. You want to take them a little bit later, so that's the time we went. And it's about 7:45, and it's starting to get darker, and we see these crop circles, and we're not by anything. She took me out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not from the country, and so I'm like, Kelsey, what did you just do? And so we started walking around these cornfields, and I was just like, is this for real, or is this like, I didn't even know what to do. She was like, Holland, it's so cool, come look at this, And so I follow her over, and she takes me to this place. It's down in a hole, and so we're crawling through this hole, and this hole, it goes down and down and down. I was like, this is like some Children of the Corn crap going on. And so she's taking me down and down, and so we go, and we're going further and further down, and then we get to where this place is, and it's like this little underground house, and inside this house are like 4 little muffins. And I was like, Kelsey, what is this? And she's like, I don't know. I don't even know where we're at anymore. And so we try and get out of the house, but the door's shut and locked. And so we're like in a trap door underneath the ground in the middle of a cornfield in Texas. And I was like, Kelsey, I'm going to die. I don't know what to do anymore. whole thing we thought of was eat the muffins. And so my white people diet every week. We ate the muffins. Two for me, two for her. We didn't decide to ration at all. We weren't thinking about that. We were just hungry. And so we filled up our tummies pretty big, and then I had just a big food baby. It was right there. But little did I know that something started to grow inside of me. And it was
What?
It got so big. I for real thought I was pregnant.
Awkward for us.
I think I've got like a muffin patch growing inside of me. I'm getting really sick. And Kelsey's like, Holland, lay down, lay down. I'm going to think of something to do. So she's like, Holland, you just need to fart. What? I don't know. At this point, I'm just completely, I'm just out of it. I'm just laying down, I'm in pain. And she's like, Holland, you got to fart. And so what she does, she jumps on my stomach. I mean, my stomach was back to normal, but then out the other edge, there was this little gnome. And he comes up to me and he's like, ha ha ha, you ate my muffins, didn't you? And I was like, yes. He's like, well, now you gotta pay the consequences. You're never allowed to leave. And then it got really creepy from that point on. Okay, so this gnome, he's got all these trapdoors in this house that's underground in the middle of a 10-foot high cornfield in the middle of Texas. And so he takes me and Kelsey down in this other trapdoor that leads beneath his house. And it's in this like little cave type thing, but it's got bars on the cave, so it's like we're in prison, in a jail, in a gnome's prison jail thing. It was weird. And so as we're in this prison, he left us alone for a little bit. Kelsey and I are talking, and we start looking around. There's all these bunny rabbits. And I don't know where they came from, but these bunny rabbits weren't like typical bunny rabbits. They walked, and they were like 4 feet high. And then the ears, which were like 6 feet high. So they were huge. And so I'm like, Kelsey, talk to me, talk to me. She's like, no, you talk to him. I'm like, Kelsey, go talk to him. You know how to talk to people better than I do. And she's like, oh gosh, okay. And so she walks over to the other end of the cage, and she's like, hey. Apparently these rabbits are deaf. You start picking up these little pebbles that are on the ground and start throwing them at the rabbit to get the rabbit's attention. And this thing goes crazy. It's like a giant rabbit. And it charges at our cage, and it breaks down the door. But then, as it broke down the door, it got its head stuck in between some of the bars. It was just like, and so it's wiggling trying to get free, but it opened the door up for us, and so we run out of it. We find this other door that leads out of the cage, out of the prison, out of the gnome's house, into that cornfield, and onto a road. This is a dirt road. And so we're running down this dirt road, and we get to the end of it, and there's like 2 ways we can go. We can either go to the left, or we can go to the right. And so okay, Kelsey,
I want to try this.
let's flip for it. And so we have this coin, and we flip it. Heads go left, tails go right. It lands on heads. So, which way do we go? We went left. We don't know which way we went. We went left. And so, we were running down this road, and we're running, and meanwhile it's like 9 o'clock at night, so it's dark. The sun already set, and so we're on this dirt road going left down these cornfields on the sides of us, and then we come to this other road, and it's actual highway. And so we're like, okay, good, we're getting closer to civilization. But little did we know, we were in this whole another new dimension place, and we didn't even understand. It was like the Twilight Zone. It was weird. She said we died, and I was like, no, we're not dead. We're not dead. We can't possibly be dead. And so we were running around this highway, and these cars were flying by us, but they were going like super, super fast. They're just like speed racing past us. And then there's this one that's just chugging along. He's like, chugga. It just stops. And then there's this elf man. There's an elf man. There's this elf man. This elf man is on this little truck, and he's chugging along. He comes to a stop. He's like, hey, you guys aren't from here, are you? We're like, nope, we're a long way from home. He's like, well, come on, I think I know how to get you back. And so he takes us with him. We felt, by this time, we didn't know what to do, so we're like, well, might as well trust the elf man. And so he takes us to this tree, and inside this tree, there's this red thing. It was like about 4 feet wide and about 2 feet tall. And this red thing, once you laid it on the ground, it became like this portal. And he's like, okay, I've been to your world before, and I know how to get you back. And so if you say the magic word, the portal will open, and you can get back to your land, your homeland, your place, whatever you call it, your world. And so we're like, okay, what's the word? And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm not. It's different for every person. And so we start spouting out all these words. We're like, stars, planets, moons, because we're like, well, it's got to be something different. It's like a different universe or something. And then, as we kept spouting these names out, it started changing colors. And he's like, you want it to get to blue. At this point, it's like yellow. And so we were really far off. And so then we started naming off these animals. And it started getting closer. It was blue. And so we're like, okay, I guess it's some type of animal. And so we keep going, and we keep going. And we're like, fish. And it turned like really kind of a greenish color. And we said cat. And it turned another greenish color, and it started beeping, like beep, 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 like we were getting really, really close. And so we're like, catfish! And so once he said catfish, the portal opened, and it was like, and then opened up. And so we jumped into it, and then we were like in this vortex type thing, and we were just swinging all around, and we were holding on to each other. We're like, don't let go! And the wind was blowing around us, and things were hitting us. I think we banged heads a couple times. And then we come to this landing. And then we're right back in the middle of where this cornfield was, where there was a crop circle, and our camera's on the ground, and we picked it up, and we decided to look through the pictures, and we looked through it, and there's nothing on there. And so we go back to our car, which is on the side of the road, outside of the cornfield, and we go back home. And I was like, Kelsey, I'm leaving in Texas and I'm never coming back. And she said, no, you gotta stay because we gotta go to Mount Lemon. And now we're here.